Now to align these marking rolls at the side. Simply we're going to attach this on. Now I'm leaving my nuts on there, permanent. That way then I can just simply locate these under there. Nothing's going to be simple because you're working in body. You can simply locate them under there like so, and at the other side. Now that is probably a lot easier than the last table of having to find the threads through the centre all the time. Now, you align it by just putting your fingers there, and then you know that's going to be centre. Yeah, because everything else is, as long as you can feel there, then you've got the same aperture. Or you can space these out. I'm not going to because of this. You can space these out so they are exactly in line with this, the same width, and then you know exactly. I can feel that. It's simple enough for me. Okay, so that would be getting your alignment that way. So your centre. That's an every time you use it event. To align these, they've actually made some marks in the table. There it is. 2 marks. You bring these forward. And jump back off. That's it. You bring these forward. Hit that mark there and there. Let's bring these down. That's good. And that one there. Then underneath here you've got a little no. Loosen that off and set that to 0. That is where you want to be setting. On that side and on the other side. So only so you can quickly square the fence up. On my last table I never had anything to square the fence and I never bothered squaring it. It never seemed to have much detrimental effect. You're working on a centre point. But we've got it, so it's useful to use it. And there we have it. And now the last part for the table is the router lift. Again, it's a UJK, all of them made by the same company. That way you know everything is going to work properly. Except the fact that the saw table and the router table are 2 different companies. Still you can get them to work sometimes. Right, now with the router lift, I'm not going to install my router just yet. I just want to get all this in here and see how things couple together. Now what I'm doing is we've got these black bolts that come with, Allen bolts that come with the table. They, 6 of them, go up the 4 corners and in the middle the 2 long sections. They're going to do the main levelling. And then the little grub screws, Allen headed grub screws that we've got, go into the router lift in the 6 places. And they will do fine adjustment from above. And then we have got 2 screws to lock it all down once it's done. All the way down, but I get the screw screws in first, so I know I've got them. I'm just setting them down to the flush with the top, and then I'll lift it out again and adjust the under ones until they're closer. But the key is at the end of the day with the level, I don't want these protruding in any way. Okay, so barring the router, there we have it set up. Fingerboards, chippings guard, dust extractor, and finally the machine itself. Now this isn't a new machine, I picked this up just from eBay. A good solid half-inch 2 kilowatt router. It's not the prettiest of things, but it's going in the machine and it works wonderful. So what I intend on doing is strip it down so it is purely a machine. It will be everything that's unnecessary, handles and such. Get it all off. I don't need all this stuff. It's just excessive garbage to go in there. And then get it fitted to the router lifter. Now as far as I'm aware, you've got to get these things right down and then lock it off. Like so, and remove the existing base, and then the router lifter will fit in there. Now one thing I am going to have to sort out straight away, and that is the bit changing. With this one you've got the lock button there that holds the spindle in place, and then the spanner, well, not going to be easy. And then you've got the router lift on there as well. UJK for one, and maybe others, do a collet extension, which will bring it up about 28mm, I think it is. And it's a double spanner job, so you can raise it up above, which is what I want, above the table, and with 2 spanners loosen it off, change the bit, tighten it up, take it back down again. Not much point having the lift there if you're still going to be going underneath to play around with all that lot. The only thing I'll have to do from underneath is the speed control if I'm ever using any very big bits. Otherwise, it'll be on, it'll be left, and the control will be by the switching system of the table. Okay, now let's get it into the unit. First thing I'm going to do then is lower this thing to its maximum down, so I can release the universal base plate, which is what I'm attached the router to. As far down as it'll go. That's it. Spare machine that's going to be dedicated to this job, because doing this every time you wanted to use your router table would definitely put you off using your router table. There we have it, universal base. Now according to the book, number one is supposed to be for this. Just check the paperwork again, just to make sure I don't retain it in place and then I'm going to redo it. Okay, DeWalt DW620 625E 625E, there we are, and it wants to be number 1, 2 all, which is that one and that one. Okay. Well, I marked the number 1s, which it clearly says, but it's wrong. I think it's going to be a case of, like I've just done, sit it on there, turn it round until you get 2 best ones to pick. I'm ending up with 3. Number 3. Sitting in the centre there. It does. Good. Okay, let's get rid of these handles. Pull that off and put that back down and lock it on, so it's not rattling out. It's not in the way. Right, okay, they can all go away. Now that can come down and be locked off. Pull it. So it's not going to be obstructing anything. when it goes in. And that is the front, is it? Yes, that's the front of the table. Speed control there, so yes, everything will be facing the front. Right, now put this back into place and tighten it up. And that goes back into the table. It's very easy to do, really. When you think of some of the ones I've had to play with to try and get them ready. Last one. Oh, okay. Oh look, a sealed plug. Okay, let's get that into the table. Now the wire, remember I had a cut out I made at the top there. And that will connect into my switching system. Okay, front. Correct. Lots of space. Now we just put back in the two securing screws and it's ready to go. Just get the electrics done and the dust extractor, which I still want to sort out the dust extractor system for the whole station yet. Making it a little bit more convenient for these glass gates because it's a little bit awkward at the moment. But I'll probably cover that in another episode somewhere. But for this subject, I think we can safely say the new router station is done. Okay, right, well thanks for joining me. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.